Welcome back to MPWF Raw, and you are seeing the young bloods of the MPWF competing right now. Sean Sugar Shane Stevens versus the future Tony Sparks. And now a kick to the gut, and there's that standing cold blue. What a move there by Sean Stevens. That was fantastic. That move is disgusting looking, and that's disgusting in a good way. And now Sean Stevens dragging Tony Sparks in the center of the ring and going for the crossface. And this is what made Brian Adams tap out at the Bash. Can Tony Sparks survive? Can he hold on? Can he hold on? And no, he taps out. Tony Sparks had no choice, and Sean Stevens wins by submission. What a victory here for this kid here tonight. I mean, this was a great matchup between these two, and this move right here would drop Tony Sparks on his spine really was an emphatic point to the emphatic end of this matchup. And there's a standing code blue. What a move there by Stevens. That is just beautiful. That's fantastic. And then there's the grip of crossface, gripping away at the shoulder, arm, neck, face, just tearing his entire body up. And Sean Stevens is victorious, and then he celebrates with Chandrella Johnson. And I'm pretty sure that in the works is a #1 contendership matchup for that YouTube championship. And Sean Stevens is definitely one of the top contenders for the YouTube championship. Is slowly moving up the ranks as being one of the top men to win the Royal Rumble matchup at the Royal Rumble, and to perhaps have the opportunity of a lifetime to go to WrestleMania and challenge for that World Heavyweight Undisputed Championship. Oh wait, Sean Stevens has something to say here, ladies and gentlemen. And with that statement, I don't think anyone can argue with Sean Sugar Shane Stevens. He is on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. He is ready to advance his career in the MPWF. And what the hell? That's systematic carnage coming from underneath the ring. Stevens, watch out! Watch out! That's systematic carnage! And Carnage! Oh my god, he got a hand on the throat! This is payback for the Welcome to YouTube show! This is payback, and oh my god! Systematic Carnage just set Stevens on fire! He just chokeslammed him through the ring! And no! Carnage says he sent him straight to hell! Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen! The EMTs have rushed to the ring right now, and we have a tech crew inside the ring fixing the ring back together as the show must go on. But Sean Stevens was just chokeslammed through the ring, and then the flames engulfed him. Again, what is up with this? Again, attempted murder once more here in the MPWF. Systematic Carnage just said that he sent Sean Stevens to hell, but like I said before, the show must go on, and we have to continue with our main event of the evening. Royal Rumble Qualifier. Apollo will take on Antonio Goldman. And let's head back to ringside as we are ready. The ring is ready, and we're ready for this main event. I mean, you talk about shocking moments tonight. Jason Rage making his debut on Raw on YouTube tonight. The rest of the Smackdown roster appearing on Raw for the first time since coming to YouTube. Systematic Carnage just chokeslammed Sean Stevens literally to hell. I mean, and now we have a Royal Rumble qualifier as the main event. Antonio Goldman versus Apollo. I mean, this crowd in Detroit giving Antonio Goldman one hell of a reception. And you can see Antonio Goldman is without the World's Heavyweight Championship as it has been taken away from him. I mean, this is a big matchup. And I mean, Antonio Goldman is going to give it his all against Apollo. Antonio Goldman is not going to quit against Apollo. He's going to push Apollo to the limit. And Apollo is going to have to give it his all if he wants to win, if he wants to qualify and be a part of the Royal Rumble matchup. But Antonio Goldman, ladies and gentlemen, has advanced to the semifinals. Antonio Goldman is still here, and he's still ready to compete for that Undisputed Championship. And so should this man, Apollo. Apollo should be in the semifinals. He should be contending for that title. It should be Apollo versus Richard Hawkins in the semifinals of the 8-man Undisputed Championship tournament. But it won't be. And you know why? Because that goddamn Yamasaki Yoshino and the cabinet getting involved in Apollo's issues. Apollo tried to fight for the MPWF. He tried to make it a better place by having MVP win at the Bash. And unfortunately for us all, Vermongo, or as I should say, and I'm being told to say right now in my headset, which I think is, he should never be called this, but Mr. And I'm supposed to emphasize the Mr. Vermongo. I mean, Apollo is the only man in this tournament who was lost, who has to qualify for the Royal Rumble, and quite frankly, it's disgusting of Mr. Vermongo's actions. But I mean, nonetheless, it has provided us with one hell of a main event, and this is going to be a great way to end the show here tonight on Raw. The only other time we saw these guys compete here on YouTube was at the Welcome to YouTube Show 2009. So here we go, main event time, Apollo, Antonio Goldman. And as you can see, both these men were the top guys of their respective brands. Antonio Goldman, before the Welcome to YouTube Show, was the World Heavyweight Champion of Raw. Before the Welcome to YouTube Show, Apollo was the MPWF Champion of Smackdown. And this is what many should have said it being the Undisputed Championship matchup, a match between the two world champions. But nonetheless, this is not for the Undisputed title, but we get to see this here on Raw. And now Antonio Goldman, Irish whip, sending Apollo into the turnbuckle. And what a clothesline there. Antonio Goldman taking down the big man. And now Apollo fighting back with a punch to the gut of Antonio Goldman. And now punching away as Apollo is in desperation mode right now. Apollo needs to win this matchup to be a part of the Royal Rumble. If Apollo wants to go to WrestleMania and challenge for that Undisputed Championship, he needs to win this matchup and go on and win the Royal Rumble. So Antonio Goldman now in trouble as Apollo with his big time clotheslines. Said Apollo is not going to let up. Apollo knows how important this matchup is. Antonio Goldman, I mean, he has a spot in the Royal Rumble if he loses. I mean, he's in the semi-finals. I mean, Antonio Goldman is going to take on either Jason Rage or Joey Eagle in the semi-finals, and that is going to be a fantastic matchup. I assure you, I cannot wait for MPWF Smackdown Episode 7 when Jason Rage takes on Joey Eagle. That in itself is going to be, that is a WrestleMania quality main event, and that's taking place on Smackdown, ladies and gentlemen. That's fantastic. But you can see Antonio Goldman, though, starting on Apollo with those punches, and there's that spit punch, but it barely phases the big man, the protector of the MPWF. Oh, Apollo ducking the clothesline, and now Antonio Goldman missing, and Apollo continuously dodging Goldman's shots, and there's that swinging net breaker, and that's what I'm going to call that from now on, because that is not a sidewalk slam. He grabs his opponent from their neck and spins them around, and this right here, this gut-wrench suplex, just throwing Antonio Goldman halfway across the ring. We saw that happen many a time to Yamasaki Yoshino at the Welcome to YouTube show. And now, oh, big time Samoan drop there by Antonio Goldman. And Goldman feeling it now, heading to the top rope, but this time Apollo throwing Goldman off the top rope. And this crowd in Detroit is split. They do not know who they want to cheer for more, Apollo or Goldman, and Goldman gets the knees up. Apollo we've seen recently use the top rope, and this time it was not working for him. And here we go for the cover, 2, and Apollo gets the shoulder up. And now Antonio Goldman, round with a waist lock, now spinning away at the wrist, and now Antonio Goldman twisting that wrist one more time, and now what an elbow into the shoulder. Elementary moves there, basic moves by Antonio Goldman, and now Goldman fires back with a big time clothesline, taking down Apollo. Now going for a cover, is that it? Here we go, 1, 2, and didn't think so. I don't think a clothesline is going to be enough to defeat Apollo here, especially with the circumstances. And there again with us swinging that breaker by Apollo, taking down Antonio Goldman. Like I said, Apollo, oh, what a single leg takedown there. And now going for that ankle lock. And Antonio Goldman trying to escape, but Apollo decides to just throw his knee to the mat anyways. And now a knee to the back. Oh, look at Apollo, he looks like such a badass. Apollo, one of the toughest men in the MPWF. One of the baddest men in the MPWF. And it is a travesty to see him being treated the way he is. And now, Apollo, look at the strength of him. Irish whip, just launching Goldman back and forth. And oh, Apollo shoulder blocking Antonio Goldman to the outside of the ring. Goldman in trouble right now. And Apollo picking him back up. And now Irish whip, sending Goldman right into the barricade, right up and close and personal with our MPWF fan base. And oh, dropping Goldman on his face. And now Apollo going to Irish whip Goldman again, and Goldman being sent right over the steel steps. Like we said, Apollo wants to win this matchup. Apollo wants to qualify for the Royal Rumble. Like I said, he will do whatever it takes. And now going for the running power slam and dropping Antonio Goldman spine first. But when we return, we'll have more of this.